What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Rad Rides podcast. I am your host, as always, Jason Zollers, and today I have an awesome car on here, probably my second favorite in the Fast and the Furious franchise, the Monte Carlo that was driven in the Tokyo Drift opening scenes when they raced the Viper. I tracked down Austin Bowers. He came over for Steel City Cars and that Race Wars, and he ran it down the track against the Viper to find out exactly who won the race, because we never find out in the movie. But he built an awesome replica of this car, and he didn't build it because he liked the movie. In fact, he really doesn't really care for the movie. But what he does like is the car. He saw it roll across the screen and was like, man, I have got to build me something exactly like that. So he's got this thing detailed out almost perfectly to the movie, especially the engine. The engine is spec'd 100% perfect to the movie, to the hero car. And let me tell you, this thing is awesome. When I saw it running down the track, it was like watching the movie again. So he built this thing out of a love for muscle cars. He's a muscle car guy at heart. So if you want to follow his journey, you can go find him on YouTube, Rolling Thunder Garage. He has the actual build of the car on there. Or you can find them on Instagram at Rolling Thunder 72. There's an underscore between Rolling and Thunder. Or you can get online, www.radridespodcast.com, and check out all the pictures that I took of it. I really took some really good high-quality pictures because I really love the car. It's one of the ones out of the franchise that I really love because I'm a musclehead, just like most of you are too. So get online, go check that out. Like the podcast on Apple. That's the only way it gets pushed to the top. Again, I had a great time with Austin. If you hear some cars in the background, we were at an active drag racing event, so you can hear the cars roll by, and I apologize if some of them blow out your speakers. There were some really cool and really fast cars out there. So without further ado, please welcome to the podcast, Mr. Austin Bowers. Glad you made the trip down.
Yeah.
We're rolling, man. We're rolling.
All right,
yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah. Well, introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, my name's Austin Bowers, also known as Rolling Thunder 72 on Instagram and YouTube if anyone cares.
Oh, you have a YouTube as well?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
It was mostly for the build of the car.
Okay.
But it didn't really get anywhere.
Yeah, sure.
The Instagram just is kind of like number one as far as that.
And that's how I found you. I found you, I don't know, about a year or two ago.
Okay.
And so obviously I have the GSX Eclipse here.
Okay.
Which
love that car.
Is my favorite of the Fast and the Furious.
It has the kit. It has the body kit.
It has the body kit.
Yep.
But if I had to pick the second car I like the most out of the entire franchise, it's the Monte Carlo.
Nice.
So tell everybody your Monte Carlo. And
it is a 1972 Chevy Monte Carlo. I know the movie car was a 70, but they're a little harder to find as far as parts and a little more expensive. But
sure.
I saw the movie one day, and at the time I had a Nova, and then I saw that movie, and I was just awestruck. I don't really care about, the storyline and all the politics of the movie and stuff.
Right.
I cared about that car.
Yes.
And I became hyper fixated on it. I was like, I will build a replica of that car.
Yeah.
And nothing stopped me till I had it done.
And we should say, if everybody can hear the cars in the background, we're at Steel City Cars and that. We're at the Runway Wars, which I've been promoting the hell out of.
Yeah.
And so if you hear the cars going by, we're actually where the cars are coming by before they run down the track. So if you hear a bunch of really cool sounds, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you just ran it down the track.
Just ran it down with the Viper.
With the Viper.
He smoked me mostly because I blew the tires off at the line. It's no prep. I'm on street tires.
Sure.
I could give a million excuses in the world, but he smoked me. It was fun. We were very close together.
Right.
He wasn't way down the track or anything.
Yeah, and
it was definitely close.
And I think that's what I think Angelo was promoting.
Yeah.
Was, that we wanted to know who actually won the race, because you never in the movie find out who wins the race.
Right, because he rolled 17 times.
So you saw the movie and you're like, man, I got to have that right there.
Yeah, and I was just doing an ample amount of research. Bought myself a Monte Carlo primer gray out of Baltimore, Maryland, and brought it home in the dead of winter, February 2018, with no tags, no title, no nothing. It was just a car, and I had no plates. And
Nice.
Came home, got all the stuff I needed to do. And actually got in an accident with it. I wrecked it, and then I had the frame pulled, and it started to become like this NASCAR thing. Okay. I had someone make me custom fenders that were like bulged out, and we put real big tires on it.
Sure.
And I had this NASCAR look for a little while, and that was cool and all. Had a 355 small block Chevy in it. But as I was going to car shows and stuff, everyone was like, "Oh, that's the Fast Tokyo Drift car, I'm like, not really. I wasn't really liking the whole reputation of that. Well, then I started Instagram. I put the car on Instagram, and it exploded.
Oh yeah,
and it just exploded
because no one's
with
building
popularity.
That.
Yeah,
That's the one car that nobody was building, and I at one point was like, I should build that car right there.
Yep. You know? So then the first thing that happened was I had a friend of mine who lived down in York, Pennsylvania, was like, "Hey, I can wrap your car for you. We can wrap it like the movie car." I was like, might as well just run with it. I'm already getting all of these, people coming out and saying this and offering me that. I was like, all right, whatever. So we took it down, got it wrapped, and had it wrapped to mimic the primer tan color, mimic the bare metal color, because I didn't really want to actually have bare metal in the car because that would rust easy.
Yep.
So then I ended up going to get real fenders for it that were stock and got a fiberglass hood for it, had a small block stroker built for it. And as we were driving the small block, we really started to notice that the frame was not where it needed to be.
Oh, jeez.
It was really yanking me all over the road.
Yeah.
So even though it was pulled, it wasn't straight. So took my van and a trailer, went to Manhattan. I picked up a new frame out of Manhattan.
Really?
Man, that was crazy. It was on the shores. Like, what's the beaches out there? I forget the name of it.
Not the Jersey Shore.
Not the Jersey Shore.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
It was at the beaches up there.
Yeah,
so we had to get through Manhattan, and it was nuts.
Oh my gosh.
Brought home this frame after a long day.
You always wonder, like, what happened to that car? Like, how did the 72 frame end up in Manhattan that long?
Yeah, well, 71 and 72, all the same frame.
All the same, okay.
Yep. So, brought that home, got that painted, cleaned up and everything. Got the UMI suspension, which I picked up for a really good deal. And then I had a big block being made. So a guy came out. I was at street racing one night, and this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, I'm building these guys' motors." I said, "Really?"
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "Really good price." He was like, "I'll build you a motor." So he took my small block and tore that down and realized how hurt that motor really was. It was actually pretty bad.
Really?
So he fixed that. We sold that to pay off the big block. So the big block I had spec'd to what the movie car, the hero car, actually had. One was a 509 big block Merlin, which is what got in there, and then one was a 572.
Okay.
So I had it spec to that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
On Instagram, I talked to guys who have owned hero cars and stunt cars.
Okay.
And we all talk to each other, and I
was about to say, there's got to be a pretty close, tight-knit community. There's probably not too many
I was the first one in the United States to build one. That's what really took off.
Okay.
So now, over time, people have built their own.
Nice.
That Corvette is sick.
Dude, that Corvette is so sick. And he's running it with no top on it.
I know.
Dude, that thing this guy's got a early 60s, mid-60s with no top and a roll cage.
It's really loud right now.
And then this G-body. That G-body right there. Did you see it take off?
Yeah.
That thing boogies, man.
Yeah.
It gets down the road pretty good. So, anyway, so this is a pretty tight-knit community. You know, everyone, kind of helps each other out, I'm sure. You know? So.
Yeah, all over the world. There's one out. Guy picked up one out in France. There's some YouTube videos of the one he's building from France. There's one in New Jersey. There's one in Indiana.
Nice.
There was one in Germany, Sweden. They're all over the world. So
really?
Kind of
Okay.
spread out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, the Europeans, they love the big, old, American cars.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
that, and
they
that
do.
fits the bill.
Yes, they do.
And on paper, and I love 72. Well, 70 to 72. I've always loved the Monte Carlos. One day I'll probably end up owning one just because I love them so much. In pictures, they look huge, but in person, they're not as big as they look.
Yeah, I mean, they're still pretty big. It's a
it's
heavy
big
car.
Yeah.
They're almost, when they're stocked, they're about 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Mine gutted interior and everything, it's about 3,600.
Wow. This Mustang here.
Yeah.
Straight up open headers at this point. It sounds good. This will probably crackle all over the podcast. We'll see if he takes off. May have to cut this one out and come back to it.
Yeah, we might have to do some editing.
Yeah. I don't know why they're taking so long to get, those across.
Yeah. my motor will get too hot waiting.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm surprised these guys aren't either, you know, these old school.
Right.
There you go. Now you got a Nova.
That thing's cool too.
I have a 68, just like that.
Yeah.
Love that. That's nice. Another G body. Those are the guys that are running and then letting it cool down for an hour and then coming back.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, now it's quiet
better.
again. There we go. Now it's quiet again.
And we're back.
This is
Back to you, Bob.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly right. 100%. 100%. But yeah, I love those. I love those cars, man.
Yeah.
I think they're great looking. They're one of the forgotten kind of muscle cars from that era. You know, everybody wants the. Boy, that Nova's getting it too.
Is that Murder Nova?
I don't know. It looks like it. But the Chevelles, everybody likes the Chevelles. Everybody likes the Novas.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes the Camaros, and everybody forgets about the Monte Carlo.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and the Monte Carlo was like the cool uncle car, and it was like
the cool uncle car.
Yeah, it was more of like the cool guy because it's actually not really a muscle car. It's actually a luxury
sedan.
Yeah,
yes, right.
But they look so badass on it, like a NASCAR.
Absolutely.
Because they did run them in NASCAR in the 70s.
Right. Okay.
Glutzbach ran one. Bobby Allison ran one. And a few others.
Can you imagine hucking that car around at, 180 miles an hour?
Yeah. It's gonna be sick.
Dude, you gotta be sick in the head to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, them guys are nuts.
So do people always stop you and say, hey man, like, love the car?
Yeah.
Do they know what it is? Do people know what it is?
Yeah, it's usually the younger generation that knows, which is fine. The older gentlemen are kind of like, what the hell's that piece of junk? But,
yeah, why don't you paint it? You probably get a lot of, why don't you paint the car?
Yeah, it is wrapped, but like I said earlier, but if I were to paint it later, I might just do black.
Yeah.
I do eventually, maybe if I get tired of the whole Fast and Furious thing, I might just paint it black.
That's good.
Not right now, I'm fine with it now, but.
Yeah. Well, it looks great, man. It looks tough sitting here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how accurate is the interior? Because I was looking at your interior. You have a lot of the back seats ripped out, you know?
Yeah, I got the aluminum paneling done, which helps for weight. I still need to do a roll cage, and I still need to do the racing seats and all. That'll be in the future.
Okay.
But the door panel is signed by Hector.
Hector
and Luis da Silva, who played Diogo in the 5th movie and the newest movie.
Oh, nice.
11. Is that 11 now?
Nice.
They're up to 11?
Yeah, I don't know whatever. Yeah, they're on 10 or 11 now. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this the last one, I think, is the last one they're going to do. So.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah.
Like, they need to be done. Like.
Well, once they went into space, they kind of lost it.
Yeah.
Like I kind of got lost after that.
I'm into like the cool car builds, but like the action movie stuff it's there, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And then so, have you gotten a lot of people who have wanted the car to show up to places kind of like this, where it's like, hey, we want to see the car. It's a movie car.
Actually, this is kind of like the first time. Well, no, because I got invited to do the Hector thing. So that was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
That was a big tuner show. I actually got called to do that. We went over, and it was at a Big Pet Boys. And we parked in the Big Pet Boys parking lot, and they were backing into the tire garage. And then he would come out, hey, nice car, and he would come over, take a picture, and he'd be like, all right, that's sweet, and it was gone. It's like a 30-second, because there was like over like 200 cars there.
Oh,
and it was thunderstorming the entire time.
Oh, my
It was
gosh.
nuts. And he came out, saw the car. I was like one of the last guys there.
Oh,
Because
really?
I was supposed to have more time with him, and it never happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came out, seen the car, signed it, and that was it.
I'm sure everybody wanted that too, right? Everybody wants to meet him. Everybody wants him to sign the car, you know.
And we drove home in the thunderstorm, and it was terrifying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we were like 40 minutes from the house.
Yeah. And you drive this car right here.
I do. Now,
like, you drive the hell out of it.
Yeah, except for I don't get it out in the rain. I hope
minus
it's
today.
It stays there. Yeah,
minus
but
today,
like, minus today, but at home, it's weekends, hot summertime, and that's it.
Yeah. That's a nice Camaro.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone's still doing those cars. You know what I mean?
I'll wait till he moves.
Yeah. He looks like he's about to overheat. He's looking frantically to get out of here. Yeah, he wants to shut that thing down pretty quick. Yeah.
It don't take long for these high performance engines.
Yeah. So you drive it a lot.
I do a lot of local car shows and stuff.
And you drove 5.5 hours?
Yeah, we trailered at 5.5 hours, yeah.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Nuts.
And just to come take it down the track for us over here.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. This was special. I've been waiting for this moment. Originally, I was supposed to do Motorama in Harrisburg.
Okay.
We were supposed to be, my car was indoor car show.
Yes.
In the wintertime. It was supposed to be my car, the orange Supra, the green Eclipse, and Jesse's.
Oh, the Jetta.
Yeah, and Chad Lindbergh was supposed to be there with Hector, and it never happened. They canceled it all. So this was a big comeback for
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So the Diogo, when I met him, this was 2023 wintertime show in Philadelphia. I trailered it to that show indoor, and I got to hang out with Luis da Silva all day long.
Oh, wow.
And it was super cool. I'm just over here fanboying, like, yeah, he was super cool. And we got to hang out with him, and his mom was there. And me and her were basically in this corner of the show with our setup and everything. And he got to sign the car, and people were coming up and seeing the car and meeting him and taking pictures and stuff. And it was surreal. It was really cool.
Yeah. Look at this little Pinto right here.
Yeah, I know.
This thing is sweet. That is a sweet Pinto. And I haven't said that many times in my life. That's a sweet Pinto, man.
Thanks. My old man bought this. My old man's got the other Pinto.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. So
this for me and my girlfriend.
Nice. So what's it like driving this thing over here? Is it pretty tame? Is it?
It is now. It was scary at first with the messed up frame, but now with the frame and the UMI, shout out to UMI Performance and their suspensions. It's great work. They're from Pennsylvania. They're tubular control arm kits and sway arm kits and shocks.
Yeah.
And coilovers. Everything is really good. They have their own. They do autocross.
Okay.
So they do a lot of autocross stuff.
Yeah. And then, so what all do you have done to it? Because I mean, obviously, like you said, you've done all the suspension work to it.
Yeah.
So
engine-wise, it's started life as a 502 crate motor.
Yeah.
So it's a bow tie block, bored out to a 509. All forged pistons, 9-wood compression, flat top pistons. Balanced forged crank by Eagle. I think they're Manley pistons too. Brand. AFR heads. My engine builder has a endorsement with AFR.
Okay.
I'll wait for him.
Yeah, you're good.
AFR aluminum 345 size heads.
Okay.
Hooker headers with the big 2-inch
the big
primaries. 3.5 collector.
And you got them coming out the side, which is awesome.
Yeah. I had the pipes bent just like they did in the movie.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I'll explain that a little further when I get down there. But it's a Super Victor, Elderbrock Super Victor intake, so it's got the big Dominator intake. But I don't have a Dominator intake or a carburetor. I went through ATM Innovations, which is a new company. I found out through Street Racing Channel and Old Man's Garage on YouTube. And he swears by these carburetors, really, really good carburetors. So I custom ordered my own 950 ATM carburetor. It's a double pumper body with a Dominator intake.
Oh, geez.
So it fits. And electric water pump, electric fans, big Champion radiator, and then the exhaust, the headers down to a Flowmaster 40 series, and then the pipes come out. The frame rail hangs about that much from the body.
Okay.
So if you just do it straight out the side, it looks kind of junky.
Yeah, because it'd be hanging down.
Right.
Yeah.
So we brought them out. We did a.
Oh boy, that's two cars with parachutes on the back.
I know. Long shutdown.
Yeah.
But it comes out to like about a 45-degree angle up, and then they're angle cut to run along the frame rail.
Nice.
So it's 3-inch pipe, and yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, there's a nice Nova right here.
Yeah. A 74 with a 72 clip.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing was boogieing down the track too, man. He's got a little work done to that thing. And so how about transmission and
Oh yeah, transmission is a TH350.
Okay.
I had built to handle the big block power.
That is so Nova right there. The Swisher Sweet hanging out the side of the mouth while you're driving a
Yeah.
Nova 74 Nova race car.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. TH350 3-speed with a 300 stall converter. I'm sorry, 3,000 stall converter. The rear end, it's a 12 bolt with a Richmond gear, full posi. Believe it or not, I'm still running stock axles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Nice.
waiting to break those so I can upgrade.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
put Mosers in
When you're all done with those, yeah, you
yep.
bent them all
I'm
up.
surprised they handled this. So, and then I have a 390 gear. So, driving long distances is like a no-no because
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
3,000 RPM at 60 mile an hour with the side pipes. It's just
Yes.
for so long. Yeah.
That's what I always struggle with. So my Nova is a 4-speed.
Yep.
And right now I have some granny gears in the back, which
Yep.
is great because when I put it into fourth on the highway,
That's what I
it
want
just
to do.
cruises so nice. But I'm like, well, of course you want to go faster, right?
Right.
Just put new gears in it. But the problem is you're going to be screaming, down the highway at 70 miles an hour. you know?
Okay. Yeah.
It's the trade-off.
Yeah, I'm
You
looking
know.
to do a gear vendor.
Okay.
Because I saw Finnegan put a gear vendor in his rubber duck Firebird, and he really likes that thing because he can do drag and drive events.
Oh, okay,
Where they
yeah.
do like their drag race and then they can drive long distances.
Yeah.
And people swear by them, like they're really good.
Really?
They are expensive, but I think it might be worth it.
Nice.
So I'm looking at doing a gear vendor and then you got to shorten a drive shaft.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah.
So obviously your wife or your girlfriend? Your wife.
My wife Haley, yes.
She likes the car. She's shaking her
She's shaking her
head.
head. Yeah, we have her times where she's gets tired of it, but she does
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah.
She's very supportive of me and my obsession with cars.
That's awesome.
And I thank her for that. She's been such a trooper. She helps build the car. She helped build the car.
Okay. She's shaking her head.
Yeah. I have to give her, as much credit as possible because she helped come out in the garage and wrench, and she comes to the shows with me when she wants. And
Nice.
there are times when she's like, "F this car,"
Yeah. Oh yeah. We all get that way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for the most part, she enjoys it, and she's extremely supportive, and I have to thank her for that.
Well, what else do you have in your garage, or is that the only car you're wrenching on right now?
That's the only car right now.
Okay.
I have our tow rig, which is a 1987 Chevy van.
Oh, that's
It's over at
awesome.
the hotel right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a 350, built 350. It's all set up for towing. It's got a towing package on it.
Wonderful.
We use that as a truck. So we haul all the stuff,
Oh, that's
coal in the
awesome.
wintertime for our house, and firewood for our fire pit out back,
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
car parts, engine parts, but we
That's
also convert it to a camper. If we want to take it camping, we have a carpet we lay in the back and a bed, and we just go old school camping in it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Those vans are making a comeback, and
Yeah, they are. They're
They're
really
about
cool.
in another 10 years. You're not going to be able to find one for like under $20,000.
It's already like that,
It's
man.
already
It's
getting
insane.
that way. It's getting that way.
Yeah.
It's getting that way. Well, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Yeah.
Obviously I know where you're at because you're on Instagram and I follow you, and I love your page. It's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I love the car.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder. That's under dash.
Okay.
Rolling Thunder under dash 72.
Yep.
And then YouTube's the same thing. It's actually Rolling Thunder Garage
Okay.
on YouTube.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it went through the build of the car and everything, so people
Yeah,
can check it
all
out.
the frame swap and everything.
Oh, that's cool, man. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, ATM Innovations for making a great carburetor. AFR heads, Jack's Wax. I use their products on the car, and then of course UMI. You great stuff.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff. So.
And your wife, she's looking
And
at
my
you.
wife, yes.
Well, awesome, man. Well, I
All right.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
absolutely.
coming out, dude. This is awesome, man. I was looking forward to see you run it again.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see.
Big thanks to Austin for bringing this car out. Again, it is one of my favorites out of the franchise, and it's actually, as wild as it looks on the outside, it's actually really well put together car. The thing was awesome. I really enjoyed him coming out there and actually running it down the strip. Again, he drove 5 hours just to show it off to everybody here. So go follow him on YouTube, Rolling Thunder Garage. You can see the full build there, or at rolling_thunder72 on Instagram. I think that's where he posts the most. I think that's where he gets the most love. So I think that's what he likes. So go check it out. Thank you for listening. I know there was a big gap between this episode and the previous episode, but life gets in the way, and I'm very busy with work. So I'll have one here coming out in the next few weeks, as I did another episode with some guys out in Indiana, which was awesome. IBF Hot Rods, man, they pump out some really cool stuff, and we're working on some cool things when I went there. So I appreciate everybody listening, and we'll see you next time.